Cam waiting for that moment. He does go back for that second peek, and you can't be peeking Paradox like that. This man is way too locked down, way too good at this game, and way too good at situations like that to let it slip. So, yeah, looking pretty damn good at the moment for them. And guys, make sure you tweet this out there. Well, 133 of you, that is pretty much awesome. It's nice to see all of you out here. I'm thoroughly enjoying all of your companies, even Millens, even though he costs most people land. But there we go. Toshi has managed to kill himself there.
He's just tried to do some really large strafe jump and absolutely failed it. He's flopped it.
Oh dear. Toshi crumbling under the pressure. I'm going to have to pick up with MXP now. He is one of the real big players for PunchLine. I might call a glimpse, I'm not too sure, by the A arch, but he's not going to really commit as of yet. Noxix is locking down the push as well, so they've really got a good foothold into this map. I haven't really watched the defensive team too much, because generally the attacking side do kind of the exciting stuff, but right now Noxix is absolutely decimating the opponent. So Paradox is down, leaving it in a 5v1, and now there is one man standing. Where is this one? It's Blackmain. If anyone can do it, he can. Peering out of their mid-house. Got to be cautious though, he knows they're going to know where he is. He's been here almost every round. If you can get any of these shots. Fire now coming towards him, and he's not going to manage it. Fiflo there, the opposing scope, does manage to put him out of his misery. Take the scoreline even further away, you know, to that point where I'd be quite worried as BlackOps is, well, they're not doing the normal thing, they're not storming through. Normally it's a very confident bit of play from them, you know, they're literally not being challenged, but even individually they're being challenged. I'm going to pick it up with MXP from the start now. And, think they're just going to go on the half, is it not?
Yeah, that's a 7-5er.
Yeah, there we go. And Toxgy has joined us in the stream. Hello, Toxgy. But yeah, I think they're talking the models as well. But it's a close game so far, I've got to say it. BlackOps finally don't look as confident as they have throughout the previous games. I have tried to catch as many as I could through their streams. But P-Line shaking things up. I think obviously the likes of MXP and Noxix really shaking things up on their side, and I've been enjoying watching them really kind of go for it. It's nice to see some aggressive SMG play, and that's what BlackOps 2 really encourages. That kind of push forward, get it done, and kind of that kind of real in-the-face gaming style.
But for how long is the question?
Well, BlackOps has always been very overpowered with SMGs. Like even the original version, it depends if people do that standard. Oh, let's nerf everything in the game and make it, you know, competitive. Your subjective definition of competitive is completely biased to what your opinion, you know, your own perspective is. And looking at how it worked for console and any other game, keeping it as close to what the public play brings so much more to the public eye to appreciate. So obviously, there's been a couple of situations there that. Fatbo, whose cheats you're talking about, Pansy. Sorry, it was ATI's, not yours. Yours are way too expensive for honor. But as I was saying, you know, maybe we need to stop taking it so away from the public game and try and keep something included from it. You know what I mean? You've got to kind of keep something there. Otherwise, the public will not relate to what you're doing, and even though you may be able to explain how great a situation is, it may not convey visually, and that's a big difference. And I think that's always hindered the Call of Duty community, obviously on the PC. Mark, do you tend to agree to that, or do you think that if we water things down, it's just gonna kind of ruin the competitive element?
No, I definitely agree, because Pro Mod, there were so many people playing COD 4, but hardly any of them actually played Pro Mod. And the closer you keep it to the vanilla game, then the more people are going to see it, the more they're going to play it.
Indeed. So they've got that's the big thing for me that I don't know. I feel it's kind of applied in a lot of games. Obviously, the likes of CS:GO, the developing team really did work with the game from the start, and they've made it so the public can access the competitive level very easily. It's almost given to you on a plate. You can play the competitive mode or the public mode, and you can see the very kind of big difference there. I'm hoping Treyarch kind of don't bend over backwards to make it completely moddable and things like that, and keep it at least viable to the public to relate to, personally. And I'm still waiting on this. I'm
on a waiting challenge 33.
Yeah, me too. So this is taking a while, guys. Obviously, this is due to the lack of dedicated servers. One thing I'd love to see implemented. What would you like to see change about this game, guys, in chat? Would you like to see the, obviously dedicated servers? If you keep it close to the public game, you increase the competitive player base. Yeah, really, really good point there, Vital. Because people can transfer easier. That kind of lower end of the scene necessarily, even if it does stay lower for a short amount of time, it's quite a big pool of players. Obviously, you look at StarCraft, where it's competitive from the ground level. You get this huge player base who loves the esports side of it, who loves everything to it. I'd love to see that kind of implemented here, but things do need to be fixed. What those things are going to be, I think, need to be careful.
I think it's more a case of not having such a large skill gap that people that are just starting out or aren't necessarily the best don't feel so far behind that they feel like it's impossible to even give it a go.
Well, I think that's the problem with getting just Call of Duty for, pro mod players to, try and put their opinion down on a game is going to hinder it because they're going to want what they're good at, and what they're good at doesn't necessarily relate to what people want to watch or what people want to play. And, I like watching this so far. There's some great elements, but I'd love to see us kind of bring in a little bit more, kind of from the different realm, the public realm, where people can actually go, oh, I see why that's impressive. I've got that gun and I can't do anything near to that. Like, that's how I was actually impressed with the console guys because I could relate straight away going, I can't do what he's doing. That's really good. Even on games like Hardpoint on the PC, I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's that kind of element of that easy understanding that I think is missing sometimes in our kind of quote-unquote professional gameplay. Obviously, I don't want to make it a public game. I don't want to run around with kill streaks. I know the Americans are still keeping kill streaks in a lot of the time, which I think is baffling.
That's brave. That's what that is.
Yeah, as much as I love hearing what I kind of titled the T-Rex orgasm through the map, whatever it's actually called. Is it the warthog? Or
the
something?
T-Rex orgasm.
It sounds like it. It does sound like a T-Rex kind of like enjoying itself over the... Wow, Mark, you're really loud. Tommy, can you make sure you join the game, please, mate? There we go. And hopefully we can get this underway as soon as... This will be the second half of the first map. And there you go. Work with Ingram plus supporting mod tools. I don't think there needs to be that many mod tools. I think they could have opened up possibly more of the options. I think there's a fair few in there that's good enough. I think with dedicated servers it could be great. Or they fix it so it actually works with the PC, because it works perfectly well with console. To my understanding, from the little I viewed it, it seemed to be a lot smoother than what we're given.
Wasn't that at LAN though?
Even online, I've heard it's... I was speaking to a lot of the console players, and they're saying that they have none of the kind of issues
I think it's just a lot less fussy.
Well,
I've seen the gameplay, and I can see the lag as they're playing.
But half of our players can't join. Half of our players get kicked out. And I mean, like, from our point of view, it's really kind of buggy. But for them, I don't see those issues. Even if it's laggy by certain hosts, then fair enough. But, it's... That's fair play. I do understand that fact, but they're still playing on joysticks, so I'm not too worried. Point being is that the kind of actual dynamic of it works a lot better. But I think obviously dedicated servers do need to be brought in pretty quickly. The one thing I do like is the way that CS:GO kind of did it. They had the kind of the auto join feature, like the kind of big overlay where it's like, oh, play competitively here, so it just throws you into a server. Yeah, you can still kind of find a dedicated server yourself. You know what I mean? It's got that kind of like genuine browser ability.
The perfect mix.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it can easily funnel the newer players through the menu and just chuck them in, or you can use the more kind of advanced features. I think they need to do it. We don't need baby stepping. We're not a stupid, bunch of audience, but nevertheless, it'd be a great feature. Duffer, if you're still there, actually, I'd quite like your opinion on this, because you've been fairly quiet to what you guys actually want from Black Ops 2. Normally, you're quite opinionated towards how you guys feel. Hopefully, you are there. Do you think they need to be more kind of focused towards what the game is out of the box, or do we need to just kind of buckle down and go back to kind of pro mod and really bring in the mod tools? Duffer's not there. Tommy, then question to you: what's your thoughts on this? Do you think it needs to stay out of the box, make it easily accepted, or do you think we need to just kind of focus on making it pro mod friendly and maybe hope the audience eventually catches up?
It's a hard question, to be honest. I mean,
I know
it's hard. Well, with any game or with any sort of product, you can't please the entire audience, unfortunately. Yep. But to make this game competitively, or to make any game competitively, you do need to meet, you know, some bullet points. You know, e.g., dedicated servers, being able to, I don't know, you know, just to give the people more control over what's going on in the game. Like, for example, what's one thing that we haven't really seen a lot in the past Call of Duty games, and that's being able to call vote while you're in game.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Just little things like that. I mean, you know, just make the game so much more accessible to the people. You actually do, you know, get a decision in what you want to play, and instead of having to going through the whole finding games and stuff. Or sorry about that. My mum just went into my room. Where was I? Just give the people more control over the game. That's all I ask, and you'll be pleasing me.
Yeah. And that's one way to keep Tommy happy. But I think we're going to go live into us. Toxgy is just having a little hissy fit with Mara, but the important part is Mara did win the kind of chance to go to Korea, and Toxgy didn't. So you can see who won overall out of this. Though, not even in Black Ops 2, it's in a different game. So, you know, I like making them angry. But nevertheless, we are going to go live into this second half of the first map. Hopefully Mark has got the overall score from the previous half.
It was 7-5, guys. BO in the lead.
There we go, and let's see what MXP can do here. I'm going to follow him straight off the bat, as he is the one with the SMG, and I do like that SMG early play. Just going to line up that nade, tick it out, and going to get that dropped over towards that side B house. KLH has opened up on Cesium, so early advantage to the attacking side. Looking towards the speed bomb side. Oh, let's have a couple of bullets, but it does get tagged up in retort. We do see some people joining the server. Hopefully they do leave, as this is a private game. So, here we go, bomb down and ticking. Do see the P-line guys really set up here, really dug in deep. This is incredible. They're not allowing a peek for a second, and there is only one man standing for the opposing side. Where is he? Well, Ekin found him before I could. It was Toxgy, but not for long. Let's see how this one went down, actually. Ekin actually did go hunting for Toxgy, and you see we did just catch a glimpse of him in mid. The call came through, dropped him up, dropped him down, and there we go. First round the board in the second half for the P-line side. Big play.
It was a very fast push.
Yeah, indeed.
And I want to see more of it.
I like that aggressive play, and they're very dominant towards that B side. Then, you know, a lot of the teams are quite tentative, and they kind of get caught up. But they were really aggressive. Blackmain just avoiding a nade there, raining over. So I'm going to follow MXP once again. He's actually switched up route here. He's not going around that back alleyway. He's going to go straight through the kind of side B area, looking across towards mid house. Toxgy has actually found Nox's, so that's going to dent a little bit of a hole in the P-line side, but now they are going towards that B side with the bomb on. Oh, great play from MXP there, finding Paradox, carrying in a corner. There is fire now coming back towards him. He's got to be careful, he can't overextend here. Right, leaps out of that mid-house and finds another great play from MXP, finding Cesium. Well, that's two great frags. So, now, here we go, Toxgy to Ekin. And see, he's going back and forth. Toxgy and MXP are the two to watch right now, and the action is kicking off right in the arch, and Blackmain will finally take down MXP, and maybe save BO just a touch. So 2v3 situation, but that bomb is down and ticking. Stay with P-line here. Blackmain ripping apart the P-line boys. FIFLO is now down and bleeding and out of this one, but KLH still standing. Eyes on the bomb, always clipping just behind that car. Can he get the frag? Oh no, Toxgy denies it, and gets the first round of the second half just taken away now. It's all back even. 1v1 in the second half here on the first map. So what's the score overall, Mark?
That's 8-6. And MXP did exactly what Cesium was doing on the first half for them.
Really?
Smoking the bomb, getting in the house, and then just getting the picks
really
behind it.
Habit. I was going to say that route looked very similar to Cesium's, where he went down that kind of mid alley straight across. Didn't bother with the B-bomb as such. He did put the smoke down, but just kind of aggroed around the house. And that was maybe one of these big routes that are going to come out of this. You know, one of the early ones that just get found and used time and time again. What's he switching this up here? Obviously the nades are now trained towards that B run. Oh no, they did actually land one onto Noxic. Cesium has pushed up, and they're learning what's going on here. Cesium now really applying the pressure. He's going to have to run back because they're allowing the others to kind of pick up the mantle so he doesn't get dropped down himself. So 2 frags now, and there's only one man standing for the attacking side. There is KLH. Oh, he's carrying the corner. He does have the bomb tan, so that will help him if he does finally get close to the bomb. But he's got the tag, but not the frag. Going to dart away towards that outer B alley. Oh no, Paradox will not lose a situation like that. That is a 1v1. See, and and hello, Chrissy. Real Fatbo 87. Yes, yes, it is. Right, there we go. Just seeing Toxgy And Paradox doing really well so far. Actually, I'm liking the Paradox he's playing. He's very passive actually.